We're back with our Navy Relegation Dynasty here for Season 3 as we look to take Navy all the way from the Mountain West Conference and lead them promotion by promotion into the SEC and potentially even take a national championship here with the Naval Academy. We come into the season, as you see the top rankings for the preseason polls. Unfortunately, our Navy come in at number 116 with a fun schedule ahead with Tulane number 23. We are looking to finish in the top 2 in the Mountain West Conference to reach a promotion and become Mountain West Conference champions as we open up the new season against North Dakota State University. And on a 3rd and 2, here is Jones out of the backfield. He would be due for a monster season. He'd pick up a big gain, and on a 3rd and 4, we'd find our target Hardy for a 17-yard connection, and then into the end zone. Here would go Jones to make it a 7-0 lead. Third quarter now, 14-0, and we connect to Coffin on the 3rd and 5 to complete the conversion, and then on a 1st and 10 off the screen pass, following the blockers, Jones with a excellent play, evading the tackle into the end zone for the touchdown. It'd be a 21-0 game heading into the 4th quarter, and on the triple option, Mays showing you the big playability he has with his legs, picks up a huge gain, and then a few plays later, Jones caps it off for his 3rd rushing touchdown. We'd prevail with a big win in week 1, getting ready for Notre Dame on the road at number 23 in the nation. And it would be Notre Dame football to start it off, but our defense gets the huge stop on a 3rd down, and on a 3rd and 2, here he is again. It's Jones for 18 yards, and on a 2nd and 2, he'd pick up a huge gainer here for 12 plus more. 1st and 10 here, looking downfield on the out route, there is Simpson, and Arline would have to step in for the injured quarterback to Tez Johnson there. And on our 4th and 1, he would be stopped at the goal line by Notre Dame's defense. Our offense struggling here, but late in the first half, we find Jaden Coffin for our 1st touchdown and the lead. But Mays would come back from the injury that kept him out for about 2 quarters and would pick up a huge play. But unfortunately, a holding call would back up our Navy offense to a 3rd and 22. A pivotal play as we take a 10-yard sack. Ted Mays cannot afford to do that. And Buckner here on a 3rd and 5 finds his tight end Walker for a huge gainer of 31 yards. And then 3rd and 8. Our defense needs the stop. He evades the sack, steps up into the pocket, and Colsey mosses over the Navy Midshipmen defense for 41 yards. And on a 1st and goal, they would take back the lead to Ivy from 2 yards out. We'd head to the 4th, trailing Notre Dame 10-7. 3rd and goal, Buckner looking to get something else. He can't. We'd hold him to a field goal. They would get a safety on top of that later on. 2 minutes left. A fumble. They would go to review. It would say we were down by contact, and it would be a 1st down. So 45 seconds remain. Mays looking deep. It's going to be deflected, but Johnson finds the football. It would be a 1st down, and then we would take the lead as Tez Johnson walks it in. We would need the 2-point conversion, and he completes that. It is 15-all. So the last chance here for Notre Dame before we go to overtime. It's intercepted by Lewis, but unfortunately, he takes it into the end zone. They count it as a safety. An unbelievable play that I cannot believe we just witnessed, and Notre Dame, because of that, would walk away with the victory. And we would start the year 1-1, and there you see the Mountain West Conference getting ready for our opening conference matchup against Northwestern. And our defense with a sack of Brendan Sullivan takes him down. We would get the football, and here's Mays on the outright, founds Northwood for a big conversion, 10 yards downfield, and on a 3rd and 21, over the middle, there is Simpson, a huge conversion and completion, 1st and goal. As we would walk it in, there's Daniel Jones from 4 yards out. So 2nd quarter, now 10-0 your lead, and our defense continues to make it difficult here for Northwestern. 2nd quarter, 1:18 left, downfield, 3rd and 4, we connected Tez Johnson to the 40, 45 yards, and moments before the end of the first half, Mays scrambling out of the pocket, juking out the defense, picks up a 1st down, and with 10 seconds remaining, Jones will take it into the end zone, make it a 17-3 game. Now picking up in the 3rd quarter, 3rd and 7, there's Coffin for a nice slant pattern, and on our 4th and goal, looking to get the play, there's Carter, but he's stuffed, not able to get into the end zone, and Northwestern would find a way to battle back. They'd get a touchdown here, but they go to review, and he was down short of the line to gain. but it didn't matter as Porter, very next play, takes it from 1 yard out. It's a 17-10 game. Jones now putting the team on his back. 4 minutes left, 25-yard first down. Very next play on a 3rd and 3, pounds ahead for 11. Give us the win on the road to open up Mountain West Conference play. Now getting ready for the rivalry matchup here at home against the Air Force. On the triple option, we'd head out to Robinson. He'd pick up a nice gainer of 17. And then 3rd and 8, Coffin drops on the slant. And on a 4th and 8, we would go and we find Coffin. He would redeem himself for a 14-yard gain. And then on the read option, Jones would give Navy the early lead. So second quarter, same score, 3rd and 16. There's the deep slant. Simpson spinning out over the defense, past midfield for 27. And then on the pitch, we would make it a 2-score lead. Just before the half, 14-7 now your score. 2nd and 9, Mays rolling out right. He finds Torres for the 19-yard score. It'd be a 21-7 game heading to the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 9, deep ball, and Richardson for the Air Force rises over the top of the Navy defense for 55. And on a 3rd and 19, our Navy defense needs a huge stop here as they throw it incomplete. No one in the vicinity, and now our offense can run all over this Air Force defense. Unfortunately, though, Daniel Jones would have a knee bruise, would be out for a month, so it's the next man up. Mike Maui with a touchdown on the ground. It's 28-7. On the screen pass, there is Guidry with a nice play, but the defense forces him out, so it's a 4th and 1. Can our defense get the stop on the triple option? We cannot stop Eldridge. He gets the first down, and then 2 plays later takes it in the end zone with Jason Pope to make it a 2-score game. So 2 minutes remaining, 3rd and 2, and this was the dagger as Coffin seals the coffin here for the Air Force. It's a big win in the rivalry matchup as now we get ready to go to the blue turf against the Boise State Broncos. Opening things up, 3rd and 8, Mays looking across middle, finds Hardy for a nice completion of 19, and on a 3rd and goal, hands it off to Nasir Robinson for the first touchdown. After the touchdown next series, Robinson right up the middle, takes it into the end zone from 13 yards out, and then here is Capples with a loss of 3. Our defense playing strong, and we force a 3 and out. They'd have to hold for a field goal. So with a 13-3 lead, 3rd and goal, here is Robinson into the end zone, 1 yard out, makes it a 20-3 lead, and here is Mike Maui outside, 2nd and 5, 12-yard touchdown. It'd be a 27-3 lead, 3rd and 17 here in the 3rd quarter, and we find Coffin for a nice conversion, and then on the counter, here is Nasir Robinson. It's a foot race. He battles down to the 3-yard line, and then on a 4th and goal, Maui will take it into the end zone. It'd be a 37-10 lead at this point, and that would be all the Navy Midshipmen would need as we look now to take on the number 18 team in the nation, Tulane, the Green Wave. They've been one of the strongest teams all season long and a team to keep your eye on for being a potential college football playoff candidate as they were torching our defense early on. Pratt could not be stopped as he found for a touchdown in the end zone, and then our offense just trying to get something going as the quarter would end. 1st and goal to start the second. Nasir Robinson ties things up here at 7. But Tulane would take back the lead, and before the half, there is Pratt. He finds Presley to make it a 28-7 game. Starting the 3rd quarter, it was all Tulane, 35-7. We're just trying to keep things close as Mays on a 4th and 2 scrambles out, picks up a huge gainer of 23, and then Robinson here picking up the blocks into the end zone, make it a 35-14 game. But heading to the 4th, we'd have to overcome a massive deficit, but we're doing our best as Robinson on the pass gets another touchdown, and then Maui with 2 minutes remaining would make this a 1-score game. But unfortunately, our defense would not be able to slow down Pratt and this Tulane Green Wave offense. They'd run out the clock as you see the numbers there for Pratt for 4 touchdowns. Now we'd have to go home and a rebound against the Ole Miss Rebels. 3rd and 6, our defense stepping up early gets us the stop of Junkins, not able to get enough. And on our 4th and 8, an ill-advised pass. I should have just settled for a field goal, but our kicker is terrible. We throw an interception, first turnover on the game, but our defense again trying to step up. 3rd and goal, Gibbs. He shakes off the defender and gets into the end zone. Unfortunately, though, for Ole Miss, they'd call a clipping. They'd bring it back. And on a 3rd and goal, our defense makes the play to force the field goal for the Rebs. And now on a 3rd and 2, Robinson looking to try to give us the lead. He powers inside the 5 for 9 yards. And then Mike Maui, he would take it in the rest of the way to give Navy the lead. And before the half, inside. There is Ted Mays. It's a 14-3 lead heading into the second half, but Ole Miss would bounce back as Altmaier into the end zone. It's now 14-10, but Norwood, a clutch play, somehow makes the catch over the defender for 39, and then on the triple option, there he is again, Malkmawai into the end zone. It'd be a 21-10 lead. Fourth quarter, big play, and it would be an incomplete pass as our defense comes up strong, and on a 4th and 6, we would seal the victory there, stopping Triggs short. Navy with a huge win over the Rebs, as now we get ready for a conference matchup between us and Colorado, two of the top teams in the conference. Again, the top two teams advance to the next conference ahead for promotion. We would trail this one 7-0 against Deion Sanders' Colorado Buffaloes, but we would do our best as Mays ties it up at 7 heading into the second quarter. It would be 14-all, and there's Olsen. He makes it a lead for the Buffaloes, and Mays with hip bursitis would be out for 3 weeks. So it would be next man up as Arline back in the starter role finds Simpson over the defense. Before we head to half, it's 21-all, but Lewis would not be shaken off. He'd get a touchdown there to Montana, and it'd make it now a 28-21 lead here for the Buffaloes as we find Carter. He shakes off a defender, powers 4 down to the 21-yard line, and on 3rd and 1 triple option, Arline would take it in untouched to make it a tie game with 2:30 remaining. So we need the defense to get a huge stop here against Lewis and the Buffaloes. 3rd and 13, and we get an interception from Turner. A perfectly played defensive play there. And on a 1st and goal, Jones back from injury into the end zone. It'd make it a lead for Navy, and we would just need to run out the clock, and we would do so with this first down. A huge rebound win for us there to keep pace in the conference as one of the top teams. We are now 2-0 in the league, getting ready to take on Bowling Green. And on a 4th and goal, Arline taking his time. He finds Glover, the left tackle, for the touchdown. A big man play. You love to see it. And then on a 3rd and 10, 14-6, your lead. We fumble the ball on the scramble. An unbelievable play by that defense for Bowling Green, not showing any quit. But Arline, before the half, finds Norwood for 23 yards. And on the last second play, we find Tez Johnson for the touchdown. We head into the half up 20-6. And on the second half, 4th and goal, there's John Hardy for another score. It was all Navy here, and this one is on the triple option. Here's Arline with a beautiful pitch out to Jones, and he would take it the rest of the way. Navy running away with this one here on our home field as we continue to stay unbeaten in the conference, now ready for the biggest matchup of our year, taking on Nevada. The winner of this game would be the #1 team in the Mountain West Conference, and most likely would be the conference champion. And we would take the early score, Nasir Robinson on the triple option pitch. So a 3rd and 6 here for Garbers and the Nevada offense, and they are stopped short. They'd have to settle for a field goal, so it's a 7-3 game. 3rd and 6, beautiful ball en route there by Dave Simpson as Arline connects, and it's a start for us what we needed, and we go with the trickeration on the fake field goal. It'd be 21-3 heading into the locker room as we pick up in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4, Arline showing mobility. Buying time, he finds John Hardy somehow over the secondary, makes it a 28-3 lead. So what would Garbers do? He would respond with a touchdown of his own to cut it back in. And on a 1st and goal, just trying to seal the deal, Arline gassed, but he makes it into the end zone. It's a 35-10 game, and we'd hang on for the win here on our home field. Moving on now against Colorado State, our final conference game of the season. We have wrapped up the conference championship no matter what, but we want to keep our winning ways going. But Colorado State had other plans. They take the early lead, 7-0 here on their home field, and then a poor pass there from Mays. He's back from injury, throws a interception, and Colorado would do the rest as Hunter takes it into the end zone, makes it a multi-score lead here for the Rams on their home field. So 2nd and 10, Mays trying to get us back in the game before the half. He finds Tez Johnson for the score, makes it now a 21-7 game here in the second half as Nasir Robinson makes it now a 1-score game. So we just need the defense to step up and make one big play, and we get it there, making now 4th and 1. We need the defense to get this team off the field, but Hunter had other plans. He converts on the 4th and 1, keeps the drive alive, and we head to the 4th trailing 21-14. Offense has the ball. 3rd and 15, we find Norwood up the seam for the huge play, and on a 4th and 4, trailing now big, 35-14 is your score. A turnover on downs. We'd cut into the deficit here as it's now 35-21, and on a deep ball to Coffin, we'd make it a 1-score game. But we would have to get this onside kick, and Dennis cannot get it. Gunn recovers for Colorado State, and they would stun the Naval Academy here on the home field as Christian Hunter was unstoppable. And now we finish the season with the annual Army-Navy game. It is a must-win for us. As we kick things off, we would return the ball, and there goes Lewis. A huge play to kick things off for Navy. He takes it short of midfield for a huge gain, and we would cap off the drive with a touchdown there to Ted Mays, to Hardy. It's be a 7-0 lead. 4th and 1 here, rolling the dice on the triple option. There's Nasir Robinson, one-hand snag on it, takes it into the end zone. It'd be a multi-score lead, and before the half, we wanted to add on and a crossbody throw to Coffin. It's 21-3 heading to the locker room. So picking up now, 3rd and 14 in the third quarter. Up big, we'd make the dagger there. We find Reggie Norwood for 26. It's now 35-10. And Army tried to get back into this one here. 3rd and goal, we stop them short, and that would not be enough as we would win the Army-Navy game and we would win the Mountain West Conference Championship and get ready for Arizona State in the Las Vegas Bowl. As you see your number 1 and number 2 in the college football playoff, it would be Clemson taking on Tulane. As you look at the rest of the rankings here to see the teams that would be promoted, the top 2 teams are promoted. The bottom 2 teams in every conference will be relegated and dropped to the conference below. So we will, no matter what, be moving on to the Sun Belt Conference next episode with the promotion, but now we got to take down Arizona State in the Las Vegas Bowl, and Mays picks up 25. And now on a 3rd and 10, there is Coffin for a huge completion on a deep ball, and now on the outright, there he is, John Hardy for the touchdown. It's an early Navy lead, but can we stop Arizona State? We do. We force a fumble. Fortunately for Arizona State, they fall on top of the ball. They'd get a field goal, and then they'd go ahead and get a touchdown, and they make it 13 unanswered, actually, give them the lead, and we get a huge completion there of 21 to Coffin, and then on the pitch to Mike Malloy, he'd make it now a 14-13 game here in the second half. But Arizona State responding. 3rd and 9, they're stopped short of the line to gain. The defense coming up with huge plays. We head to the 4th with a 1-point edge here over the number 10 team in the nation, and on a 3rd and 4, we take a sack, a loss of 8. So 4th down, we give the ball back. Our defense has to get us a stop, and there's Johnson there on the big play, Andre Johnson. The defense now with a 2nd and goal. We go up the middle, and there is Nagata with a touchdown. It's Arizona State's lead, 19-14, as they failed the 2-point conversion. So we would need to get something going. 4th and 10 after the incomplete pass. This would be our last hope. We need a completion to keep our game alive, and we find Hardy on the slant, shrugging off multiple tacklers for a 24-yard gain. And on another 3rd and 17, it's thrown out of play. So 4th and 17, 33 seconds remaining. R-line rolling right, looking deep. He finds Simpson, stopped shy at the 1-yard line, and then very next play, Robinson gives us the lead. With 26 seconds, we go for 2 to make it 3-point lead, and we find Coffin for the 2. It's a 3-point advantage. Last second chance. Shades of the Notre Dame game. We cannot afford anything, and it's incomplete. Dre Grace is there, and we prevail here. Tulane would go on to win the national championship against Clemson, and we would finish with the number 12 recruiting class headlined by the number 1 quarterback, Dylan Peterson, and the number 1 halfback, Aaron McCormick. Would it be enough to take this team maybe to the next jump to be college football national champions?